Welcome back to the county seat. Our topic today is Utah State Parks, the impact on counties. And we've been taking a look at some of the different solutions as counties have tried to assume management of some of Utah's state parks. And there are many challenges yet to go. And to discuss that, we have Jeff Packer, who's the president of the Friends of Utah State Parks, Mike McCandless, who's the economic development director for Emery County, Representative Christine Watkins, who represents District 69. Is that a new district, or did yours stay pretty much intact?
I've been moved further north, so it has changed a bit.
Okay. Do they have to like pack up your house and move it?
No, fortunately, okay. My house is still there.
And Senator David Hinkins, and your new Senate district is number 27. Is that correct?
My present district is 27.
Okay.
I'm not sure what my new one will be. I think it's 26.
Let me start with you, Mike. You've got 2 state parks and
I got 4.
4 state parks.
I got 4, plus I have 2 just outside of my, so we're directly impacted by 6 state parks. I think we're kind of unique.
The example has been made of the Green River State Park golf course, and I've just heard a lot of conversation about it. What kind of impact is this really going to have on your county if these either get transferred or closed?
Well, in our particular case, state parks have been the focus of our tourism efforts. We kind of lie in a really unique place where Emery County kind of lies on the way to Moab, on the way to Lake Powell, and we've utilized our state parks as a way to capture traffic, and we've been very successful. And so our #1 tourist attractions in our area by far are our state parks. In fact, they exceed all of our other attractions by an exponential number. You know, Goblin Valley, you know, nearly 100,000 visitors per year, nearly 60 to 70,000 at Huntington State Park, Millsite State Park, now becoming a huge OHV destination. Who knew that that was going to happen? Green River, which has the boating, and then the golf course. And so we also have Schofield just outside in Dead Horse State Park. So we have this huge array of totally different impacts that represent, you know, 500,000 visitors a year, you know, that are coming to or nearby Emery County. And so we have chosen to invest very significantly into that. We invest through transit room tax dollars that we do through the county. We've invested in transportation funds. We've invested nearly $7 million in the last 10 years in roads to get into Goblin Valley State Park. You know, that's because that's so important to the county. We've gone out and made those investments, partnered with UDOT, partnered with the Community Impact Board, because we recognize the value for what it does for our citizens. Having those visitors come in and the impact that has positively on what our local citizens pay for taxes. As these budget cuts have come, and Senator Hinkins has made some very good arguments as to, you know, everybody's got to suffer through, you know, reduced revenue. How has that changed the face of parks?
Well, I think everyone should experience some cuts. I think the question is the amount of the cuts. And we service 4.8 million visitors at our state parks, as compared to $6 million that attend national parks and 4 million ski day visitors every year. So we contribute considerable amount of dollars to the Utah economy. We estimate that for every $1 that the state invests in parks, we were able to return back to the state $9.85 per dollar, almost a 10-to-1 return to the citizens, which is a great value to the economic impacts of Utah, and especially rural Utah, because most of our state parks are located in rural Utah.
Well, Senator Hinkins, you are charged in your committee at dealing with state parks, and a lot of the decisions that had to be made in appropriations and how to go forward was based on an audit that was conducted. What are your concerns with those?
Well, the report we got from the auditors basically said that we need to cut general funds, and that it wasn't actually them, it was executive appropriations that decides on how much money we were allotted to run our parks, and that's the numbers we go on.
The audit was flawed. I'm happy to discuss the audit, and the results of the audit came a fiscal analyst recommendation to executive appropriations that resulted in our budget being reduced from $12 million of general appropriations to this year $6.8 million, and will fall to $4 million next year. If that occurs, I can almost guarantee you 10 parks will close. approximately. Now, while I was the chairman of the State Parks Board, we had to face budget cuts and park closures. We transferred Fort Buenaventura in Ogden. We transferred the 9 holes on Redwood Road golf course to Salt Lake County or Salt Lake City, and we transferred a park in Beaver County to the Beaver County Commission. I can tell you also that we held public hearings at other parks where we proposed park closures. And if park closures are necessary, it will be a bloody experience. I live still with the scars of going to face the citizens of our great state and say, your park must close. And I think that if there are any parks that have to be closed because of a budget cut, the legislature should choose those parks, so that they have to personally face their constituents about those park closures.
Representative Watkins, do you hear a lot about this from your constituents?
I hear a lot about it. I hear about it from people from all over the world, not just my own constituents. I get emails and letters, and to me it's a real important issue, and I feel like our parks represent who we are, and what we are becoming. And so to me they're very, very important, and I'm, you know, I voted for it last year in our session in committee with all of the things that were coming down. I'm going to stand up this year and say, no, we need to do something different. And I heard from everyone that the audit was not correct, and the numbers were given to us. And it's hard, like the senator said, you're given these numbers, so what else do you deal with when you have those numbers? So I'm hoping maybe we'll either get some better information this time, or we'll look at it with a different pair of eyes and say this is what needs to be done, because you're right, I think it would be bloody.
Well, obviously the audit's a big issue. Maybe we can discuss the audit and where we think some of the problems or strengths of the audit come from when we come back right here on the county seat. We are talking about state parks today, and the budget shortfalls, the reduced budgets that are here or more that are coming, and what to do about it. Hopefully we can find some solutions and things to discuss right here on the county seat. We'll be back in just a minute.
So, what brings you to town?
What brings anyone to St. George? A couple rounds of golf, a little relaxation.
What is that all?
Is there more? In a retirement community? Should have stuck with the back nine.
Almost 45% of the oil produced in Utah, 7.8 million barrels, comes from Duchesne County. That oil feeds our state economy, provides job growth, and supports local business. Here in Duchesne County, we're working to make Utah an economic, cultural, and technological leader. Whether you're here for business or pleasure, Duchesne County will welcome you with open arms and invite you to explore all the beauty of the Uinta Mountains. Duchesne County, close enough for business, far enough to get away.
It's time you got off the beaten path. It's time you discovered something new. It's time you explored Kane County, Utah. Thousands of miles of trails, shorelines that go on forever, a horizon that compels you forward. Spend some time in Kane County and visit the past, present, and future. Kane County, Utah. It'll be time well spent.
Some people just live life. Others turn life into a great adventure. The only difference is where they choose to experience it. Come to Uinta County, Utah, where business, recreation, just life in general. Move from the mundane to the magnificent. Come to learn. Come to play. Come and do more than just live life. Uinta County. Find out what you're missing in undiscovered Utah.